All right, we are back this time for the Blue Tribe Wiscasset's Tribal Council, the second Tribal Council of the day. I have been icing down my phones with a water bottle, so hopefully we are good to go and won't lose signal and won't overheat, and we'll give you guys a seamless Tribal Council experience. The tribe is just waiting, so we're just waiting for a few last minute pieces to fall into place, and then tribal will be starting. For those of you that have not seen it yet, here is our incredible Tribal Council set this year. We have a little bit of a nautical theme going on. So we have decorated the backdrop with netting and anchors. Cody's saying he can't hear anything. Can someone just confirm that you guys can hear me? That would be great, because I am not talking loudly, but you should be able to hear me. So if someone could just give me that confirmation, that would be great. All right, so here we have the Blue Tribe filing in. Thank you so much, Wade and Dave. I really appreciate it. Love the feedback. All right, and here we go. Blue Tribe Wiscasset is filing into Tribal Council for the first time this season. Everybody filing in.
All right, Wiscasset, welcome to your first Tribal Council. As you can see, we've lined the back of Tribal Council with torches to represent your life in this game. It's fire. Once I snuff that, you are out of this game. A couple rules for Tribal Council. We are going to live stream all the Tribal Councils, so please answer loud enough that they can hear you at home, and also answer truthfully enough that I don't have to ask you a follow-up question, because I might have to do that. But all right, let's kick it off. I'm sure you guys are glad to be here. Sarah, we had individual immunity round here. You wound up as the only person actually out of all 24 contestants to wind out without an individual immunity point, even. How does that make you feel? How do you kind of approach the tribe after that? Is there some sort of, like, hey, I can help in other ways type of thing going on?
I think everyone kind of like I talked about it with different people, understood that it wasn't an individual immunity challenge. I didn't compete individually the entire time. I competed on teams. So there were multiple people that were on teams that didn't get points. It just so happened I happened to be on every team that didn't get any points. So that happened. So I think that, we did talk about that. There's a lot of skill sets I have that isn't like cognizant of what I bring to the tribe just because I happen to not get any points.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not a statistician, so I don't know if that math holds up, but what is the argument to the tribe other than that? What are the other things that you're talking about? I can bring this and that, or is it
I don't think that I don't think that I failed miserably in any of the challenges. Okay. I think that a lot of them were very close. Very close.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of things that I was still able to perform on that we were doing, the ball balances, like the rope thing, I thought we did pretty good in memory and figuring out what we did wrong. But, so I feel like I can hold my own. It might not be like running, let's be honest. I don't think I'm the only one here that would prefer not to run, but, I feel comfortable in other aspects of like survival challenges that I can help the team.
Great.
Plus, yeah.
Okay. On the flip side of that, we have Elsie, who walked away with the immunity. Round of applause. Nice birthday present for you. So on the flip side of that, obviously you could, be worried about your life in the game for doing poorly. You can be just as worried about your game for doing well. All three tribes saw you walk away with that necklace. Is that something you're worried about? You have no idea how long we're going to stay in this individual phase. Do you think that people are going to take a shot at you next round?
Yeah. First of all, I'm worried about everything. So of course it's something to worry about. But I think exactly on the flip side of what Sarah said, these weren't individual. There was one that was individual, and that was huge to win because it got you 4 points. So I got halfway there almost just from winning that. But like there was one challenge today that I was paired up with Jordan, Ame, and Michael. I didn't do a single thing. Like they did it all. So like it's not like I'm the key factor in like winning all those things. I just maybe happened to get on the opposite teams that Sarah
was
didn't
on.
end up on. So I don't think it's gonna be something that people take too much into consideration. And if anything, it just proves that I'll be an asset for this tribe going against the other tribes when we get to that stage of the game.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Well, what I'm gathering from you guys is this was entirely random, so we should have just flipped coins. All right. Well, you guys have got a lot of time together. Ame, can you speak to like how the social vibe of the group was last night? I think you guys had fires, so you had a lot of time to hang out. Did you see group forming? Who kind of stood out last night for you?
Yeah, so as far as like tribe dynamics, we did have fire last night. We chose not to eat rice last night. We did eat some this morning. But I think a lot of our tribe bonding and dynamics started before that even. We sat down and went around and talked about each of our charities and what they mean to us. Some of us teared up a little bit and got connections with each other through the different charities that we think about. So I think overall, if this game would have started with tribal challenges instead of individual challenges, we would 100 times hands down be the closest tribe.
Yeah. So I mean, if you are that close, how do you come to make a decision here? You know, how did the last 2 hours or so where you got to strategize, knowing that you were coming here, knowing the two people that would be immune, kind of what went down during those 2 hours?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be super blunt. It's between me and Sarah.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, for both of us, we knew each other coming into this game. We've played together before, and that kind of got spread around. And then we ended up having to target each other. Whereas, I don't know, you can jump in wherever you want. Alright. I was gonna say, I think it's unfortunate because I was in second place for the individual immunity.
Yeah.
So it's like I can work well with the team. I can bring things to the tribe. I'm helping get firewood and all this stuff. And then I don't know. I just feel like for me, if I weren't one of the people, it would be a no-brainer to me.
Yeah. So, Michael, I mean, when it comes to making this decision, supposedly between Sarah and Ame, or whatever the actual decision might be out there, does kind of the current form of the game, where it is individual play into it, or are you looking ahead to tribal? You know, like Ame was just saying, she can be an asset in tribal challenges. She clearly won a lot of points here over the course of the last few days. Does that play a factor, or are you ignoring challenge completely and are just trying to figure out who's in my alliance?
Yeah, I think we're all kind of feeling each other out to see who we want to work with long term in this game. Obviously, if we can win challenges and stay together as 7, it would be great to stay together as 8. I feel like we really could have done with this group, so kind of self-decision twist that one of us has to go no matter what. I think it's going to come down to alliances. I don't know, that's how I would personally vote.
Yeah. So Dean, do you feel like you're in an alliance heading into this vote?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a pretty good alliance. Absolutely. There was some talk going on today. Even after challenges, I felt very vulnerable, and I still do right here. So I'm not saying it's necessarily Sarah. I feel it could be a target as well. So.
Yeah. And Jordan, I guess, so this plays into it. So I want to ask about the black mark. Is that playing a factor in how you approach this vote today? So obviously there's kind of two sides to the black mark. It'd be great to get that person out. You might have immunity as we head into the merge. The merge is likely a long time away, so you might not want to do that too soon or leave the target on your back. Are you worried, you're matched up with Ame, who might be going home tonight? Does that play a factor? Have other people talked about the black mark?
That's a great point. One of the things that came right off the bat, which I'm pretty vocal about, is the very first challenge that we had, Ame won. And the only thing I knew about Ame is that we might have this secret competition between each other. And when Ame won and got this advantage, before Ame even read what the advantage was, in my head I'm like, there goes my fate in this game. Ame probably got some amazing advantage. I'm probably out. And it was just a panic I had. So this twist, I guess, is something that really was riding on my mind. And at that moment where the advantage was money towards Ame's charity, I realized that fixating on something like this could be a good strategy, and I wouldn't blame anyone to use it that way. I'm gonna hopefully do my best to tuck that away and make decisions for the reasons, whether or not that corresponds with the right person. I'm gonna make sure I make reasons that I think might be fit.
Yeah. Alyssa, how do you feel coming into this tribal council? You feeling like you're confident that you're going to be safe, or you feel like you found a group here, or are you worried that you're on the outs?
Within the last 2 hours, I feel like I have pretty good feeling about it, but there's always, like, I'm always nervous. I mean, like, people, I mean, I watch Survivor, people always throw out names, and then, you know, it's just a strategy, so there's always that thought in the back of your head of, like, oh, okay, I know they may have said this, but are they actually coming after me? Did they just say that to me? So, you know, there's always that twist that you're thinking about in the back of your head, so.
Yeah, there's been a lot of twists. Daniel, speaking more just on, you know, not just the twists that we've announced, are you worried about, you know, maybe unannounced twists, advantages, idols in play? Is that something that your tribe's already discussing?
There was a lot of contemplation about what kind of twists were coming our way. But for me, I just want to focus 1 hour at a time. There's no point in speculating for me because it just makes me anxious, and I'm already anxious enough playing this game. So.
All right, great. Well, I mean, the only two names that I've heard, does anyone want to say something between the two of you?
I have an advantage.
Okay.
Basically, it is for tribal.
Okay.
It gives me the power to remove someone else from the tribal council, and they will leave tribal, they won't be able to vote, but we can't vote for them. It can't be played on myself.
Cannot be played on yourself, and how this is going to work is the same as if you were being voted out of the tribal council. You'll be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately, so that person will just not say anything and immediately go.
I'm actually choosing Michael because he's my black spot. I want to show Michael that that is not an issue for me. It's about the relationships and the tribe as a whole, and I'm not looking at the black spot thing as a way to try to like get something out and get me an advantage. So I'd like to keep you safe, Michael.
You can keep this if you want.
Oh, thanks. Souvenir.
Michael, she has chosen to use the safety without power on you, so you will head back to camp, and you will find out what happens here in a short while. So you're going to head this way. And
Goodbye, whoever it is. You guys are awesome. Miss you guys.
great. Well, now that we've had that, there will be 7 of you. Obviously, you can't vote for Kelsey. You also cannot vote for Jordan, who is immune at the first tribal council. And we will get to the vote. Alyssa, you're going to start. Yep. You can go. One second. Hang here. He's going to get the camera set up.
All right. So, the tribe will now be voting. They are actually not allowed to talk at all as they wait for everyone to vote. So rather than just stare at them in silence, we are going to go a little bit away from everyone, and then I'll fill you guys in on some background information. You guys can ask any questions that you have, and I will answer what I can, which is usually everything. So we will just make sure we're far enough away from camp that no one can hear what I tell all of you. What? Oh. Oh my god. Wait, we have to go back. There's a last minute plea happening. Alright, let me run over. Hang on.
And it's things like that that are going to cost you guys a tribe calendar. It's things messing up like that. I have no hard feelings for any single one of you, not even Sarah. We talked about it earlier, and I didn't mean what I said in our conversation. But, yeah, I just hope that you guys think about that. It's our first tribal council. It's our first time as a tribe, and I hope that we can get through this together. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Now we will get to the vote. So Alyssa, head back there. I think they're ready. You're going to go down.
All right. Second time's a charm. I'm gonna head on back out with you guys again. All right. So I am again going on the far side of the challenge field so that we can talk about all of that that just happened, as well as some tidbits from earlier. So again, this is your time as viewers to ask me anything you want, and I will catch you guys up as I can. So just coming over to the shade. So my phone is cool, and so am I, kind of. And yeah, all right. So I'm not going to talk too loud because there is a tribe like over there through the forest. If you guys can't hear me, just let me know, but I'm just going to try and keep it quiet so that the two tribes nearest to me cannot hear anything, because we don't want to spoil the game. So, explosive tribal council, much different than what we experienced in Gray, Wiscasset. This is the first tribal council for the Blue tribe, and as we saw, it looks like it is between Ame and Sarah, as called out literally by Ame. Ame and Sarah have had kind of a rivalry this whole game. As you heard Ame explain, they kind of came into this game knowing each other, had a little bit of a beef, and they've kind of been trying to seek that out. I am not entirely sure how it was found out that Sarah and Ame knew each other, if one of them told some people or if someone else just knew and commented on that. But if I find out, I will let you guys know. I do know earlier in the challenge, when it was the very last challenge for immunity, when it was the blocks and knocking things off, Sarah went for Ame and did like a... Oh good, we're safe. Just volunteers, we're fine. Sarah went for Ame and did like a kamikaze style thing where she got out and took herself out. And Ame was furious. The face that she gave when that happened was big. So I'm sure that just added fuel to the flames. Now what we have to see is, well, where are the votes? In this tribe, there have been a lot of talk of different alliances. And so there's been lots of different groups of 5 floated out there. And so it's just going to kind of be a game of, well, which 5 reign supreme? There is the 5 that Ame has, or thinks she has, of Ame, Jordan, Michael, Daniel, and Kelsey. As we just saw, Michael was just sent out with safety without power. So Ame, I believe it was that if Michael was unavailable, then Alyssa would be the 5th person in a voting block against Sarah. And then on the other side, there is supposed to be an alliance of Kelsey, Daniel, Dean, Alyssa, and Sarah. And that 5, if that is real, would be going for Ame. That leaves kind of Jordan out of both of those. So I do not know how that will shape up. And then we heard Dean, who, you know, is supposed to be in one of these alliances of 5, saying that he does not know if, you know, he is safe, even though he has his alliance of 5. So I don't know if he is in a real alliance, if that will shake their trust a little bit down the road, but we will find out. So to answer some of your questions, what was played earlier that Sarah had was the safety without power advantage. She found it in a bag of fruit at the end of the very first challenge of the entire game yesterday that the players competed in as soon as they got in. It sounds like she told the entire tribe, because she said the entire tribe knew about it. And the way it works is that at the first tribal council, she had to play it if she wanted to, because it's useless beyond that. And she could send someone away from tribal council, and they wouldn't get to vote in the game, so they wouldn't have a choice, like a voice in the first vote, but they would be completely safe and pass through to the next round. So she went ahead and played that on Michael, gave a big speech about how he's her black spot partner. For those of you that missed the black spot, lots of backstory today. It is a twist where there are pairs, like everyone is paired off in each of their tribes, and if one of that pair votes out the other one, or one of the pair gets eliminated from the game, then the other person still in the game is safe come the merge at the first merge tribal council. But if both make it all the way to that stage of the game, they are both vulnerable and will attend that merge tribal council. So every group is playing it differently. Some are using it, some are not. So it'll be interesting to see how that shapes up the game. Let's see what else. Oh, so big exciting news. So I mentioned last Tribal Council for Gray that Ryan had an opportunity to grab an idol clue and did not take it, which ended up being pretty costly because he was voted out of the first Gray Tribal Council. And Alyssa actually got it for the Blue Tribe. And the clue said that you had to be sitting in the very first seat. No, did it? No, it did not. Just kidding. She just sat there. Ignore me. Sorry. So the clue that she got was basically, so there is an immunity idol around Cam's neck. It is a necklace that he has been wearing the entire game as he walks around. It is an immunity idol, and all 3 tribes had an opportunity for one player to get a clue to it. So Alyssa has it for blue. So if she says a special phrase, she can use the immunity necklace immediately if she says it. So we'll see if she ends up using it on anyone or not. But if not, it will just stay in play, and Red will have a chance to use it if they want to. So we're actually going to head back on down. Let me make sure. I feel like I answered most of your questions, I hope. Let's see. All right, so we are just going to head back in. Yeah, Sean, definitely. That's why I was like, no. All right. We are now back in the Tribal Council area. Cam has gone to get the votes, and he will be back shortly. Just take... We've got almost the full tribe here. Remember, Michael has already gone back to their camp. And Cam will be coming back. So Red will be going to tribal about 30 minutes after we end this stream.
Alright, I have the votes. Before I read the votes, I'll throw it to you if anyone has an advantage or an idol and they would like to play it. Now would be the time to do so. Okay, I will get to the votes. Once I read the votes, the decision is final. The person will be asked to leave the Tribal Council area immediately. First vote. Amen. Sarah. Sarah. Ame. That's 2 votes Ame, 2 votes Sarah. Ame. That's 3. Next person voted out of Can You Survive 2022. Ame, please bring me a torch. Ame, the tribe has spoken.
Bye guys.
All right, Ame, you're just gonna come with me. We're still live.
Hi.
So we're gonna go on down the way and chat with you. What's up? All right, any initial thoughts as we walk over?
Yeah, I feel like I would have been, first of all, I'm going to eat those raspberries. That's my first initial thought. Can we go in the shade? That's my second initial
So
thought.
we're actually, we're gonna go around here and we'll find a shady spot for you.
So I feel like I would have been totally fine if it hadn't been for Sarah being...
Okay. Shady spot. Sorry, I'm thinking about where to go. That's good. Maybe, right over here in the shade is good. Gray Tribe is right over there, so just kind of talk to the camera. Yeah.
I think I would have been totally fine if Sarah hadn't been like last minute on my tribe. I think that was my downfall. I think my gameplay was fine. I obviously did well at all the challenges. So I don't know. She is just after me every time that we play together, after me every single time. And it's frustrating to me because you think back on like what could have you done better, like what could have you have changed, and that's something that I like physically couldn't change, and it was changed for me like the week before, so I feel like my shot was lost. So I know they did all this research about who knew who and who knew what, and it's just I was so nervous and excited to play for my charity and again, and I feel like I didn't do anything wrong. I was just given something wrong. So
Yeah, and you've been out here for about 24 hours now. Can you speak a little bit to your experience out here?
I really don't want to speak about my experience. I'm sorry.
It's okay. And did you have a favorite moment out here?
I do these games to do the challenges because I'm not an athletic person. I don't think I'm an athletic person. And to like win the first athletic challenge, like beating everyone, having it to do with math. I fucking suck at math. I hate math. That was really awesome to me. So just to prove to myself that I could do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you were playing for a great charity. Will you go ahead and just shout them out and let all the viewers know who you were playing for?
I was playing for the Alzheimer's Association. Yeah, sorry. It's just like the whole thing sucks with what I was dealt with because like I know the girl that dropped out on my tribe was also playing for the Alzheimer's Association, so it was like going from a good thing to like the shittiest thing I could have ever been handled. But go Alzheimer's.
Go Alzheimer's.
Yes,
And just one more question before we sign off. If you got a second chance, what would you change?
If I got a second chance, what would I change? Check the cast list. Like I won all the competitions, I made the connections, I helped with the firewood, I helped with the rice, I cut apples, I laid everything out, like
Here, talk a little closer.
yeah, well I'm angry.
I understand.
So that's it. I would change nothing except for the cast.
Yeah. All right, sorry. So,
I will stand here.
thank you. The good news is you don't have to check the cast list for a second chance. You already know that everyone is here, and you do get a second chance. I don't know, but you do have the opportunity to come back into this game. So, at least you're not Zach with like 3 different possible spellings, and it's
I specifically spelled Sarah's name with an H.
wow.
I know,
Anyway, all right. So this is not the last that everyone will see of you. Again, you do have the opportunity to come back into the game. So we will let you know what that's like in a bit. But if for now, we'll just follow you on down the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I'll take you down.
Thanks. Bye. All right. So, there you have it. Ame has been voted out, but is not totally out of the game yet. She will have the opportunity to come back. I know she has a lot of fans in the chat and a lot of passion for the game. So, yeah, so we will see how it goes. She, Ryan, and the member of the Red Tribe, yeah, sorry, will be facing off a little later. And we will let you know more about it then. In the meantime, it'll probably be about 20 to 30 minutes, and we will be back live with the Red Tribal Council. So, yeah. Keep it locked here, and we will see you soon, and keep those questions coming. They are awesome. So, bye, everyone.